Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick and Plays for Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. I'm still working through the voice issues. I think it's coming back. It was worse yesterday, but we're going to keep on rolling and try to get some more winners out there. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or in the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Literally the best bonus out there. So make sure you take advantage of that one. All right, let's get into it. And let's hit on what we hit yesterday, because yesterday was a pretty good day. And we still have some stuff pending as well. But we hit 2 out of our 4 MLB entries. We had a 2.96x with Jackson Merrill higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and O'Neal Cruz higher than 1.5 total bases. Also hit with Jarren Duran higher than 1.5 total bases, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. higher than 1.5 total bases. That was a 3.33x. That was beautiful. The biggest one we hit, though, was NHL. Connor McDavid lower than 1.5 points. He didn't have any points. Beautiful stuff. And Sam Bennett higher than 0.5 goals, 4.14x. Beautiful stuff there. Easy to get that. Nice to get that one home in a game that had a 6-1 scoreline. Our other NHL entry, we only fell short because Draisaitl didn't get a goal, but there was only 1 goal scored by the Oilers in that game. So it is what it is. Brad Marchand did get a point, though. If that's an enhanced multiplier in the next game, we got to keep on playing that one because he has been great this series, and he has been quite underrated. As I said, we're sweating out some tennis stuff. By the time you're listening to this, those matches are definitely underway because they're taking place in Europe. So, hopefully you got in on those yesterday and you have a chance to win those and make yesterday's show even better. But without further ado, let's get into today's entry, baseball heavy day once again. MLB entry number 1, Jung-Hoo Lee higher than 1.5 total bases at the Rockies. Palmquist is starting for the Rockies there. Jung-Hoo Lee at 1.5 total bases. The flat multiplier is absolutely insane. His name's grandson of the win for a reason. In those freaking gaps, are you kidding me? Jung-Hoo Lee higher than 1.5 total bases should be a reduced multiplier. I don't get this at all. Give me Jung-Hoo Lee higher than 1.5 total bases. Let's start off this slip with a nice easy winner there at Coors Field. And then I'm going to go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. higher than 1.5 total bases again, this time against Miles Mikolas and the Cardinals once again. Stay hot, Vladdy. Again, get an enhanced multiplier. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. higher than 1.5 total bases and Jung-Hoo Lee higher than 1.5 total bases, 3.18x multiplier on that one. I love it. I think that we're going to crush it. MLB entry number 2, we're going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. higher than 0.5 runs at Yankee Stadium. Max Fried is on the bump. I know Fried has been very good this year, but Bobby Witt Jr. is a guy that scores runs. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Fried had 1 bad start. It was that one at the Dodgers where he allowed 6 earned on 2 homers, 0 earned in his last start against the Guardians. But Bobby Witt Jr. is that dude, and I don't think Fried's going to be playing more than 6.5 or 6 2/3 innings or something in this game. So he'll have some shot against the bullpen as well. Give me Bobby Witt Jr. higher than 0.5 runs. And then I'm going to go to the Rangers Twins. I think there's going to be Woods Richardson on the bump for the Twins, but not official yet. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to take my man. Corey Seager higher than 0.5 RBIs. Drive one of these young kids home, batting in that 3-hole, buddy. Corey Seager higher than 0.5 RBIs. Bobby Witt Jr. higher than 0.5 runs, 3.57x multiplier. MLB entry number 3, we're going to with Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs against the Angels. It's Jose Soriano on the bump. He's not against the Angels. I'm sorry, I have my late night games mixed up. It's against the D-backs. Wrong Western team, but it's a Brandon Pfaadt. Pfaadt is a guy whose results have somehow been better than his pitching performances, at least in my book. Pfaadt's at a 5.51 ERA, 1.36 WHIP with the 7-4 record. I think J-Rod is going to contribute to this one with hits and some runs. So give me Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and then I'm going to take James Wood Jr. higher than, or not Wood Jr., just James Wood higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the Nationals as they take on Griffin Canning and the Mets. Canning's obviously been pretty good this year, but I think Woods is a special player. And you know what? He's allowed 3 runs in 2 of his last 3 games. His last start was good, but don't think it's going to be the same here. So give me James Wood higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs with Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, 2.67x multiplier. Last on the 2-leg MLB entries, we're going to go with Brendan Donovan higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs on the other side of that Cardinals Blue Jays game. Bassitt is on the bump. I think Bassitt's pretty good. I really do, but I think Gorman is going to be fine in this matchup. Bassitt's not been dominant. He's been pretty good. Gorman generally is batting in at a good spot as far as if he gets on base, it's usually because there's usually someone on and there's guys behind him that can drive him in as well. So I like Donovan here, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Pairing that with Nick Castellanos, higher than 1.5 total bases. I wrote it yesterday. I'm going to write it again against Colin Rea and the Cubs here. Again, Castellanos, without Harper in the lineup, Castellanos has been stepping up, and I think that he's going to continue here. He's going to be an important part of this offense. So give me Brendan Donovan, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Nick Castellanos, higher than 1.5 total bases, 3.33x multiplier. All right, let's continue and get to the pitchers lineups. I didn't do any pitchers entries yesterday, but I am going to return to that form here. We've been pretty good at these this year. I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but these have been working out pretty well this season, so let's keep it up. We're going to go with Andrew Abbott plus Slade Cecconi, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Andrew Abbott having a 6 season. He's playing great. Slade Cecconi, getting up to form. He started a little bit late, but I'm not out on Slade Cecconi. I will say that. I think that there's room, or there's some positive trend. So his last start, he went 5 innings. He's only started 4 games this year. His last start, he went 5, only led 2 earned. I will say none of those were in the first 3 innings. So hopefully he can start out hot here again. And then Abbott is a dude who can just work out of any sort of action in the first inning. So as long as he doesn't allow a dong, Slade Cecconi is going to be, as long as he doesn't allow a dong, Andrew Abbott is going to be just fine here. So lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed for Abbott and Cecconi. And then Max Fried and Noah Cameron, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Fried, obviously, he's had multiple games where he's gone deep into them without allowing an earned run against this Royals offense. I think can get out of one frame simply without giving up too much damage. And then Noah Cameron is, the rookie of the year. This lefty is a freaking beast. Yes, he's a lefty. He has to face Aaron Judge, but walk him. I don't care. I'm just going to say these stats out loud because he's 31 and 2/3 innings pitched for the rookie. 0.85 ERA, 0.79 whip. Those are some sick numbers, and he's done it. I've expected him to falter. He hasn't faltered yet. So lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that Yankees-Royals game. That's a 3x multiplier. Pitchers number 2, Chase, Bassitt, and Miles Mikolas, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I know that I have a lot of hitters in this game, but I do think that the runs are going to start in about the 3rd or 4th inning here. So I think that we're going to get out of the first inning safely. And then also I'm going to take Ryan Pepiot and Lucas Giolito higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that Rays against Red Sox game. Giolito, not that good. Pepiot, hot and cold. I'll say that, but interesting proposition to pitch in Fenway. So I am going to be taking higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed there. That with Bassitt and Mikolas, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed is a 3x multiplier. All right, we got to keep on moving. Lotto entry number 1, Matt Chapman, higher than 2.5 total bases. Mackenzie Gore, lower than 1.5 earned runs allowed. Adam Frazier of the Pirates, who has killed Sandy Alcantara for his career. Adam Frazier is 7 of 15 versus him. I'm going to take Frazier higher than 2.5 total bases. So 26.57x, but if you flex it, 13.28x if it goes 3 for 3, or 3.75x if it goes 2 out of 3. Let's go to Dong squad number 1. We're going to go with Kyle Schwarber, higher than 0.5 home runs. Heliot Ramos, higher than 0.5 home runs up there at Coors Field. And Eugenio Suarez, higher than 0.5 home runs. Suarez was 0 for 5 yesterday. I think he's going to rebound here. Ramos at Coors, yeah, I love that. And Kyle Schwarber, again, just love him versus everybody. So 55.06x, flex it, 27.53x, or 6.11x if it goes 2 out of 3. Dong squad number 2. We are going to go with Junior Caminero up in Fenway. Ellie De La Cruz higher than 0.5 home runs against Slade Cecconi and the Guardians, and Addison Barger higher than 0.5 home runs against Miles Mikolas. 85.06x multiplier, flex it to 42.53x if it goes 3 out of 3, 6.3x if it goes 2 out of 3. All right, we got to do some international soccer real quick here. We've got all sorts of qualifiers going on for different cups. We got South America. We've got South America stuff going on. We got Europe. We got Asia. Everything. But I'm going to be sticking to South America here. So I'm going to go with Lionel Messi higher than 0.5 goals or assists in this matchup against Colombia. Lionel Messi is still making plays. Then I'm going to go with Vinicius Jr. of Brazil, higher than 0.5 goals plus assists against Paraguay. 2.26x multiplier. little soccer sweat there versus two star players. And then one NBA entry for tomorrow. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lower than 34.5 points. Tyrese Halliburton higher than 17.5 points. Shai, come on, man, on the road. Just please once make me look good on this under. And then Tyrese Halliburton's been awesome all playoffs. At home, he's great. 3x multiplier on that one. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your bets, or good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.